Well, first of all, it's great to be here in Ottawa, and I guess the topic that we're going to talk about is the plane. And I heard loud, I heard loud and clear because I'm the only person in the world that gives out a cell number, and I heard loud and clear from the people that this was not the time to purchase a plane. So I've directed the staff, provincial staff, to be in contact, which they are, with Bombardier, sell it immediately and at the same cost. We took possession last week. I immediately sent that message out to the media. I heard from the people, and I'm the premier that listens to the people. If they don't like something, I'm not too shy to change my mind and say, okay, this isn't the time to move on. I also understand the scrutiny. You know, there's no one in this country that is scrutinized more than I am. I'm willing to take that. What kind of really disturbs me is the inconsistency with the media. We have the federal government, rightfully so, and let's put the Prime Minister to the side, that they went out and bought $753 million of jets for the ministers, rightfully so, by the way. We live in a massive country. No word. When it comes to the Quebec, buying $107 million of 3 jets, which I agree. They live in a massive province. No scrutiny. But when I do it, I guess there's a double standard, and that's my position. I have to take that. But I just want to explain to the people, our province is massive. I have to get to the north numerous times. There are no charter flights up in the north. And speaking of charter flights, no premier in the history of this province. When I took office, I sold the 2 planes. I think people didn't think that premiers had planes. They've had planes ever since the inception of premiers flying on the plane. I flew charter for 6 years, and no premier's ever done that. And I don't begrudge anyone. I don't begrudge the ministers. They need it, right? Federal ministers. Quebec needs it. Former premiers need it. I chose not to do that and flew charter. Now what's happening, charter, they're canceling stops in pretty well majority of all northern jurisdictions, or they'll have one flight going into Thunder Bay or one flight maybe into Sudbury. I hear they're canceling the Sudbury side, one of the airlines. So I got to find another mode of transportation. And, that's what it comes down to. I'll give you an example. Why? Well, it's always the why. Why did I do it? This was not Doug Ford's plane. I'm going to repeat that. It was not Doug Ford's plane. It was a government plane used by multiple ministries. I'll give you one example. Ontario Corps. If we need to send a team up north where no charter flights are, no commercial flights are, we charter a flight. We charter a flight for firefighters going up to fight wildfires. And I thought, if it's a multi-ministerial plane for the province, not my personal plane that the media wants to paint it out to be, which was never the case. Yes, am I going to use it? 100%. But it was for multiple ministries that could use it. And I'll give you one example of, we had to get down to Texas because we're fighting the tariffs. There's no one been louder in the whole world against President Trump than what I've been. But we have to diversify our trade all around the world. But we also have to continue communicating with our largest customer in the world, and that's the United States. I flew down into Texas. I had 13 appointments in 2 days and one morning in 3 cities. I went to Austin. It's all on the media. I went to Austin. I went to Dallas. I went to Houston. We brought back, and I'm being super conservative, over $6 billion of investments here in Ontario, thousands and thousands of jobs. You can get on the phone, you can get on a Zoom call. Nothing is better than sitting across the table from your customer, meaning our customer, saying, come to Ontario, and telling them all the great things about the quality of the people here in Ontario. That's part of a premier's job. People don't realize how large Ontario is unless you've flown it. and flown it many times from north, south, east, west. It's twice the size of Texas. It's larger than France and Spain combined. So I have to do my job, and I'm going to continue doing it the way I always do. I'm going to continue working 7 days a week, 18 hours a day, like any other premier does, and continue serving the people. I understand their concerns. I understand the cost of fuel is going up. I understand groceries are going up. I understand everything is going up, and it's costly. And I do appreciate the calls that I received saying this is not the time right now. I also appreciate the calls that said, yes, this is justified. So we aren't doing it. We're moving forward. We're going to continue growing the economy. And I'm going to continue visiting everyone in the north that relies on me showing up to announce a long-term care, a hospital, a new company that's going up in the north. It's part of the job. So that's the other side of the story. And one last thing, because it's all around cost and money, right? Everyone's talking about the money. And I've saved millions by not flying the King Air and so on and so forth. I'm the only, and I never brought this up, but since I'm getting hammered about the money, I'm the only premier or MPP for their MPP expenses, which I don't begrudge. Everyone needs to have expenses. I have expensed zero. Think of that. Zero for 8 years. I pay for it out of my own pocket, and I don't begrudge any MPPs. I'm just saying, if you're talking, nickels and dimes and dollars and hundreds and thousands of dollars, I pay out of my own pocket, and I've never promoted that. But since it's all about dollars and cents, I have to tell the people of Ontario that's what's happening. I'll always be frugal. I'll always respect the taxpayers' money, and I'll always listen and never be too shy. Like a lot of politicians, they dig their heels in. I think I've proven over and over and over again, if I hear from the people they don't like it, I change my mind. So that's where we're at, folks. I'll take any questions.
Was there any reason that you didn't go out and sort of make the case for this plane and you just waited the last few moments?
Yeah, you're 100% right. I told my team 100% I should have been out there and made the case and given the why. So yes, that was what I should have, and I didn't. It was on a Friday. We took possession. I can't remember, Wednesday or Thursday. We put the story out there, and I should have done it. So you're 100% right, and that's why I'm here today, to tell the other side of the story. Next question.
You pride
Yes.
yourself in your political
Yes.
career on being able to read public opinion.
That's right.
But to this whole scenario, how it went wrong,
Yeah.
how did it go wrong? Who made the idea? Who had the idea to buy the plane and then not do the business case for it?
Yeah. So at the end of the day, folks, everything falls on my shoulders. I take full responsibility. But again, when we're under scrutiny, I'm under scrutiny more than the Prime Minister, more than any premier in the entire country. When you see the federal government go out, and the inconsistencies from the media is just mind-boggling to me, which I agree with them buying a fleet of planes for the ministers because they have to travel. I'm in favor of it. But spending $753 million compared to $29 million, folks, Ontario is the 20th largest GDP economy in the world. I'm going to repeat that. 20th largest GDP in the world. I have to get around. I have to go to the U.S. more. I have to head to Utah to meet the governors. I have to head to South Carolina to meet the southeastern governors. It's part of the job. And then, again, Quebec. They need jets. They bought 3 jets. And it makes life so much easier. If I didn't charter a plane, which the media was there, and I was transparent, I wouldn't have been able to gather over $6 billion of investment from Texas, visit 3 cities, 13 appointments in 2.1 days.
So this wasn't a mistake, what you're saying.
Well, you listen to the people. You listen to the people. I get it. The inflation and the cost of living and so on and so forth. But my job is to bring more to the province, more jobs to the province. The foundation of our healthcare, of our education, of the infrastructure right here, the second largest spend in the country at Ottawa General Hospital, uploading 174, talking about uploading the LRT. There's one thing, it's our economy. And if I don't drive the message of our economy, and my great minister, Vic Fideli, oh, by the way, I want to add him to the MPPs that spend zero. I don't know how the guy does it, but he travels around the world. But he does an incredible job bringing jobs to this province. There's over 1 million more people working today than when I took office because of the conditions and the climate we've created here. Sure. I'm sorry, I'll get to you 1 second. I'm sorry.
Has been in the position for a year, and
Yeah.
has he improved Canada-U.S. relations?
Well, I know the ambassador's out there. I've met him a few times. We want to work collaboratively with our closest friends and allies. But let me tell the folks in Ontario and across Canada, Americans love us. When I was down in Texas, they rolled out the red carpet. They talked about us being their number one customer. And yes, we're their number one customer, and how they can't wait to get these tariffs over with, to move forward with CUSMA or USMCA, depending on what side of the border you're on. That's what they want to do. I told them, Canadians love Americans. We don't agree with your president, but we love the Americans. I don't talk to, hold on, with Pete, I don't talk to him frequently, but you're going to have to ask the president if Pete's doing a good job. I'm sorry, you next, and then you.
If it was such a good idea to buy the plane, why'd you keep it a secret?
Well, it wasn't a secret. When we took possession of it, we went immediately, we released it to the media. But why? Well, let me tell you something. We took possession. I'm not going to say it before you take possession. We took possession, and we're moving forward. I listened to the people, and right now we're going to sell that plane at hopefully the same cost, for the same cost of what we paid for. That's what we're looking to work with Bombardier. The officials are working with them. But your question, I'm sorry?
Do you agree with the Prime Minister that the U.S., our close ties to the U.S. have become weaknesses to be corrected? And if so, what does that mean for the country?
Well, I think the Prime Minister was saying we have to diversify our trade, which we have around the world in massive numbers, up over 100% and even 200% with countries like Brazil. We're up about, I think, 150% with the UK, but a whole list of them. I agree. We have to diversify our trade. We have to be self-reliant on ourselves. We don't need Donald Trump to tell us to speed up when we get approvals and build out the largest nuclear build in the world with our small modular reactors. We don't need President Trump to give us permits rather than being the slowest in the world a couple of years ago and getting permits for critical minerals. We have about 174 critical minerals that the world wants. We don't need him. Now we're down to the second fastest permitting area in the world, only next to Nevada, and we'll beat them next year. We don't need President Trump to help people buy homes and get rid of the HST, to cut taxes, to put more money into people's pockets. So we need to be more self-reliant and diversify our trade around the world. Yeah, sure. I'm sorry, what's that?
You've given a pretty forceful case
Yeah.
as to why
Sure.
you think you need the plane.
Yeah.
So why not just keep it?
Because the people don't want it. I listen to the people. I've made mistakes. Every premier makes mistakes. And when I get the calls, I'm the only guy in the world, I want to emphasize, the world, not North America, not Canada, that gives out a cell number. And I get hundreds and hundreds of calls, depending on the day, even up to 1,000. I listen to the people. I call them back, even if they disagree with me. But I can't tell you how many people have disagreed. And then when I built the case to them, they said, well, it makes common sense. So I will take responsibility. As you said, I should have been out there Friday talking to the people. The people don't want it. That's fine with me. I don't mind the scrutiny. I just want the fairness against other governments. That's all I'm asking. And I don't disagree with them, by the way. So that's all I'm asking for, is making sure fair. Yeah, well, I'm confident. I am confident, and the officials are working on it. They're going to work an agreement out, because we haven't touched the plane, so it should be worth the same. But I'm sorry about the North. You were saying?
Well, you say charter flights are unreliable, but what about the people in the north?
No. I didn't say charter. I said commercial. So commercial flights, and if we have to send firefighters up there, if we have to take sick people out because of flooding or fire, we have to charter planes. I'm still going to be up in the north. We've given more love to the people in the north than any government in the history of this province. We're continuing to invest in the north, into the roads, into infrastructure, into new hospitals, into long-term care, into companies that want to build their business in the north. Yes.
Premier, how'd your meeting go with Mayor Mark Carney? Did you discuss uploading the LRT?
Yeah, actually, I just said hello to him, but we're going to sit down shortly. We are going to have discussions about uploading the LRT. We committed to it. We committed to uploading 174 as well, which really, that was part of the deal. The LRT wasn't. So we've focused on uploading 174. Again, taking the burden off the backs of the people of Ottawa. And we're going to continue working with the mayor. We have a great relationship, a great partnership. He's a wonderful mayor. Okay, I'm sorry. No, not. Well, they have me going chock-a-block, and then I'm heading back. We get along very well. The Prime Minister, he can call me, I can call him. Turn each other's calls immediately. I want to thank the Prime Minister for the $8.8 billion deal that we did just a few weeks ago, and we're going to continue working collaboratively. We're going to work collaboratively about interprovincial trade as well, which is so important. We do approximately $350 billion a year, Ontario, with all other provinces. We're the only province that ended up getting rid of all exceptions. We're the province that led the charge. We signed 10 deals with provinces and territories. You know, this can really drive the economy. And if we don't, then the cost of goods are already 15% higher because of years and years of neglect, because everyone has a protectionism mentality. We don't. We welcome everyone across the country to come and invest and trade across the country. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to meet 3 other premiers shortly. We're going to have a good little chat. So thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
No.
On USMCA, President Trump said today that she's looking at an early deal.
Well, I'm not too sure. I can't tell you. I'm sorry, Mexico. I'm sorry.
President Trump said today that they're looking at an early deal on steel, aluminum, and commodities ahead of the CUSMA negotiations.
Yes.
Does this concern you? Is Canada being left behind, or do you still think that there should be a bilateral deal with Canada?
Well, great question. We're just waiting for an update from the Prime Minister. He was mentioning that we're going to get updated, the premiers, every single month, and hopefully in the next day or so, or a few days, the Prime Minister will sit down with all the premiers and discuss where we're at with CUSMA. It's very, very important that he communicates that to all the premiers. So we look forward to having a discussion with the Prime Minister. But I want to thank you all for coming today. No, I'm not meeting with him today. But thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Appreciate
We have to go.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you.
I'm not commenting. I'm going into that bear trap.
Okay, we have to go.